Get ready, gamers! Retro Legends is here. The ultimate destination for high score battles, pinball wizardry, and classic arcade showdowns. Every week we bring you the best in virtual pinball, classic arcade gaming, and retro fun. Where you can compete for glory on live online leaderboards through iScored. Think you got what it takes? Step up and prove it. Because every Friday night, we're going live with 2 legendary pinball tables and an all-time classic arcade game. And the best part, every giveaway and prize on this show goes straight to you, the gamers, that are putting up scores on the leaderboards. Iron sharpens iron. Come play with the best. We will see you on the leaderboards. Because Retro Legends isn't just a show, it's a community. A place for arcade warriors to show up and keep that high score spirit alive. That's right, Friday nights just got legit. Hit that subscribe button. Join the leaderboards and let's make history, one game at a time. This is Retro Legends.
And if you wanted to watch, like, I'm so glad Papa Brad is back on Friday because it gives us something to actually watch.
Absolutely.
Than these guys just going, let me know in the chat what you think. Let me know what you think on Arcade 1-Up. Are they dead? Is it over?
All right. Welcome to the Retro Legends Arcade. We're going to start off with a huge congratulations to our good friend Glen, who just successfully launched an awesome Kickstarter for a brand new arcade. So we're not going to put Glen at the back of the show. We're going to put him at the very first thing. So glad you're watching. Welcome to the arcade, and a huge congratulations for Glen. Congratulations, you have done it. He has backed his Kickstarter. I just took the screenshot a few hours ago. He has 197 backers with 58 days to go. Pretty awesome. Is the home arcade community ready for something better? Ready for something different? Something new? Something fresh? How exciting is this? But just a huge congratulations again to Glen. I wish him all the success in the world. Great guy. This is his Kickstarter. Of course, his arcade's going to have the Viper Venom in it, which is his own single board computer. The Glen's machine will be able to play thousands of games because it's an open system. You can put your own, it comes with a bunch of emulators on there. You just basically add whatever you want to it. So here's a shot of the FU, Build-A-CADE FU. Let me say hello to some people in the chat. Good to see you, Mikey Yoon. Good to see you, Wingo. Hey, all. Good to see you. Hey, guys. Mikey Yoon. Good to see you. Got PG here. Glad you're here. Yeah, I think Glen knocked it out of the park. I'm excited for Glen. Let me pull this down. Okay. We'll take a quick look at his. I could take a quick look at his Kickstarter real quick. Let me add it to my stage. Boom. And let me make myself tiny. Here I go. I'm going to shrink. Boop. Let me take the text off so I can talk a little bit about this. Rainwater Games coming in hot. Finally, a device worth playing Slurpee. That's right. You can play Slurpee on this along with probably thousands of other games because this is an open system. You know, it's not locked down. You don't have to connect to the internet once you have your games on it. It does connect to the internet. You can do a lot. You can download your games with a built-in downloader. I currently have a Viper arcade, so I already have the predecessor to this arcade. This will have a more powerful chipset in it, which is going to be great. We got Ballydern coming in. Glad to see you. But this is something good. It's something different. Something I think a lot better. Just going to scroll. GRS. There's the dimensions. This is a full-size arcade. This thing is a monster. It's like a real arcade. It's heavy. It's going to be made of arcade quality parts. Commercial coin door. They have a 19 or a 26-inch monitor. The 19-inch monitor rotates, which is really cool. You can get an accessory called the Glentendo hood, which changes the shape to that classic Nintendo's profile. It's not necessary, though, but you can make it look more like a Nintendo cab if that's what floats your boat. They got a built-in keyboard drawer. Has automatic screen rotation. The GRS Venom single board computer will be in there. Arcade OS, which I'm currently using. The one thing I think that this thing really needs is an excellent build, an arcade build for this arcade OS. Pretty much the arcade games work great, but you're going to be on your own setting them up. Nothing's pre-configured. You literally have to set it all up yourself. And that's the only thing that keeps me from using my Viper arcade more, is because I have to literally manually set up every game. But once they're set up, they're great. So you set up all your favorites first, right? And you just have them work perfectly. That's what I did, at least. So I have certain games that I can go up to my I took a iArcade Gold and converted it into a Glen arcade. Basically, there's a switcher that allows me to have two arcades in one spot. Pretty neat. And he did deliver on that, which is, he didn't have to do that. iArcade was gone, but he still made sure everyone got lots of life out of their iArcade machines. So I really appreciate that. Just a great guy. Here's all the options on the backing. I'm not going to make the whole show about Glen. I do wish him luck. I do want you to see some of the neat things he's doing. He has different control panels you can put on there. Look at that dual rotary joystick deck. You could play some Ikari Warriors on there. Ikari Warriors. And some of them games that use them rotary sticks. His yoke works on there. There's a flight stick deck for Zaxxon and Tron. Trackball deck if you're going to play Centipede. And huge shout out to Glen. So we're not putting Glen at the back. We're putting him at the very front. Shipping costs, kind of expensive. Yeah, I think it was like $350. But if it's a real arcade, these things are heavy. So, I don't know how much it costs to ship an arcade, but I know that my real arcade is super heavy. And it's not, that's a plus and a minus. The plus is once it's set where you want it, it doesn't shift or move. When you play games, there's nothing like playing on a real arcade because it's so, it's a monolith. It doesn't move. It doesn't shake. And, as long as you're not moving it, it's fantastic. The only time that it's a pain is when you have to move it. And one of the cool things is that he even put wheels. His will have casters, I think, built into the back. So it'll be easier to roll around. I have a real arcade. It's a Galaga design, and it is heavy to move. It is no fun. Even moving it from one room to another is a major deal because it's so heavy. But we just wish Glenn all the success in the world. And one last time, huge congratulations to Glenn. And we're going to move on to our next subject. Next subject is going to be, let me pull it up. Hold on a second. I make sure I'm covering my notes. I have show notes here. Okay. First, say hello to the chat. Think I got everyone. Rainwater Games coming in hot again. $350 honestly is about the going price to ship one. Pricey, but that's what shipping costs these days. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Welcome, everyone. Friday night just got legit. I do have memberships on my Retro Legends Arcade channel if you want to join. They're 99 cents. Our first topic was the GRS BUILD-A-CADE FU Kickstarter launch, which was successful. He funded his Kickstarter in 7 minutes. What an accomplishment. Once again, huge shout out to Glen. Okay. And that's going to bring us to our next topic. Next topic is Pinball FX VR and Arcade news. Got a lot of stuff going on. One thing is I did Tomb Raider VR came out since our last show. And Papa Brad's Gaming did his first full VR review. So on my channel, I have a video that I just put up. And it is my very first, believe it or not, of course, we're talking about Pinball FX VR, which is one of the greatest ways to play virtual pinball. Papa Brad's Gaming just put up his very first VR review. And that was for Tomb Raider Pinball. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. I mean, I think I'm real happy with how it came out. And of course, you can play that on your Arcade tank stick. Once you play with the Arcade, there's no going back. It's just so awesome to play these pinball games with the correct controls. You know, of course, I also have a lot of coverage of the Arcade. Fantastic product. If you're into virtual pinball, of course, this is also an arcade. You can play arcade games on it. You can hook it up to your Dreamcast. You can hook it up to all your classic consoles, your PS3, your PS4. I mean, you name it, they make an adapter to hook it up, which is super exciting. And yeah, Mikey Yoon's talking about Tomb Raider. He said Tomb Raider was great. The Adventures is better than the Manor. I do agree. I did rate the Adventures table higher than the Secrets of Croft Manor. Okay. Stop nudging me, says if it wasn't for the show, he would not own My Little Pony Pinball. Thanks for the gift card. Didn't think I would have pulled the trigger on the pony on my own dime. Well, you're welcome, you know. And glad to have you enjoying those ponies. Friendship is magic. Got another great content creator here from the pinball space, Retro Tech X. Thank you so much. Adventures of Lara. I'm sorry, I say Laura. I got to apologize. It's Lara Croft. Okay. Adventures of Lara Croft. Okay. I wasn't the only one, but I've been calling it her Laura for a long time. So I'm switching. It's Lara. So I got it. Lara Croft. Okay. And we're going to take a look at, I have a few clips I want to play now. For people that are new, maybe you're new, maybe this is the first show you've seen, and you have no idea what Papa Brad's talking about. What is this Pinball FX VR? What am I even talking about? I'm going to show you a clip of Pinball FX VR so you can see what it is. Now, the thing is, you can't show anyone this because the whole point of the virtual reality technology is it makes things three-dimensional. So imagine these video pictures, but it looks like you could reach in and touch everything you see. And instead of being on a flat screen and in 2 dimensions, it's in 3 dimensions. First, we're going to look at Pinball FX VR, and then we're going to take a look at the Tomb Raider game in particular. We're also going to talk about it in relations to AtGames 4K Pinball in a little bit. But first, this is only about VR. So let me show you Pinball FX VR first. Wow, that is awesome. That is exciting. That is Pinball FX VR. One of the things you can do is you can actually put the pinball tables in the real world, and you can use what they call, I think it's called, is it augmented or mixed reality, where it actually looks like the pinball machine is there in your room with you. I do like going in the custom arcades that they have built, where you can play these great classic pinballs. They have Williams tables. They have Zen originals. It's a lot of fun. And I'm going to take a quick look. This is a 1-minute look at Tomb Raider Pinball through VR for Pinball FX VR.
This is going to require some creativity. Barely a challenge. Focus. There's quite the crowd here for a tomb. That was quite the adventure. The man is full of surprises. Quick jumps and swift moves. We're doing well. Back in action. Stay sharp. Time to tackle the study. I make my own luck.
So Pinball FX VR, they have 22 games in there right now. We talked about how Zen and Arcade joined forces to make a pinball controller that is specifically made to work in virtual reality, which is exciting. There's also there's a few more slides I need to pull up. Let me scroll back up here. Arcade, of course, this is what it looks like. It comes with a heavy stand so it doesn't shift or move around when you're playing. They have a pinball plunger kit coming. We talked about that on our last show, but they're developing where you're going to have haptics. So it's going to sound like the ball is rolling around, and you're going to have a plunger. Very exciting. That's in the works with Arcade. And they're listening to the fans. And speaking of fans, this is inside the Pinball FX VR. Check this out. How awesome is that? That is the statue of Lara Croft that you can unlock in Pinball FX VR. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Mike Yoon says he knew that the wild cards was going to be a room. There was a poster before they opened saying the wild cards room, saying fun ahead soon. Yes, there is a haptic kit coming. It's going to have like the speakers built into it, and it's going to have a plunger kit. And they are trying to integrate nudge, but they're probably going to have to come up with some way to make it where it's more easy to move because it's so heavy. So they might put different feet on it. Like when I go to the pinball arcades, some of them have their pinball machines where they're actually kind of bolted to the floor, but they use like these little rubber pieces that still allow you to nudge. It doesn't affect the nudging at all when you're playing the game, but it, you know, we got Mad Ben Han here. Welcome to the show. He says, greetings all. He's the number one player of AtGames Pinball. VR looks so good. You definitely need to get in on this for sure. Be sure to use my coupon code. Get yourself a discount. It also helps let them know that you watch my content, which is good, good for my channel. So if you do get one, save yourself some money and help me out as well by using my code. It's in the description of this video. Once again, I just want to remind everyone, when you switch contents, when I did this VR video, I knew it wasn't going to get a ton of views, but this is my first virtual reality review. So check it out if you have the VR. If you're into Pinball FX VR, I think it came out pretty great. We talked about the GRS Kickstarter launch. What kind of cost is involved? Well, the Quest 3 which is the better. You can have two different headsets I think you can use, but the more expensive headset is $500. The Acade with my discount code is $359.99. So that's basically the entry point if you wanted to get the controller and the VR headset. Here at Retro Legends Arcade, a big part of this show is I run leaderboards, which are fun, free leaderboards for the community to post scores. And if you have Pinball FX VR, this week we're doing Theater of Magic, which is a great classic Williams table, and we're doing Safecracker, and both of those are in our Retro Legends Arcade I Scored right now. And there are instructions in the description of this video that'll tell you how to use I Scored to enter scores on our leaderboard. Every week, I give out gifts to a lucky player that played in one of our tournaments. Okay, so let me check in with the chat. I'm running the whole show myself, so it's a little bit challenging, but I'm going to do my best. We got House of Hounds here, another great content creator. So glad he's here. Check out his channel, as well as Retro Tech X. He's another great channel, especially if you like AtGames Pinball. He does a lot of pinball streams. He even did a series that teaches you like some secrets. How do you play? Some tips. How do I nudge on these different tables? And he's doing a lot of great things. So this is a great timing because your buddy is giving you a Galaga cabinet on Monday. Yes, Galaga is going to be our arcade game for the week. And let's see here. We got stop nudging me with a smiley face. We got Dark Death Rider TV, who is the high score player this week of our Atari game. We'll get to him later. He knocked it out of the park with an amazing score. We're going to talk about his skills at Spider Fighter. Everyone's glad to see House of Hounds. We've kind of missed him. He's had a lot going on, but he is always beloved in this community. He was my first guest on the Retro Legends Arcade show. So, big fan of House of Hounds. Okay, so here's the next segment. The next segment is, what movie is this from? Just type it in the chat. Let's see. Let's see who can get this first. What movie is this from? We're going to play a game. Let's see who can get it. We'll put up the picture, and here we go. Go. Hello, Skull Joe. We got Rainwater Games saying Terminator. No, it's not Terminator. Alien. No, that is not Alien. And let's see. We got first person. Pete G was the first person in my chat that says Cannonball Run. Sacro knows about the Cannonball Run. Ballydurn knows about the Cannonball Run. Dark Death Rider knows about the Cannonball Run. Retro Tech X said Smokey and the Bandit. It does have Burt Reynolds. They both have Burt Reynolds. That is true. Rainwater's still guessing. He's saying Ben-Hur. Film released in 1981. Fun movie. Look at those satin jumpsuits. I mean, everything was crazy in the 80s. I love the 80s. If you don't know, I am absolutely obsessed with 80s arcade games. That is my jam. That is what I play more than anything, is those games that were popular in the golden age of arcades. Gone with the Wind. House of Hounds knew the answer. That doesn't mean you might not have seen the movie on TV. The Cannonball Run still plays. I saw it on TV a while back. That's okay. So now it's time to talk about my next topic. We're talking about the New Wave Toys news. Are you ready for Ricky? Tell me what you think about this, okay? New Wave Toys. They used to make stuff like this. This is a Replicade Cubert. Like a little miniature arcade. That's New Wave Toys. Used to make stuff like that. That used to be what they made a lot of. But this is what they're kind of making now. Let's take a look. What do y'all think? Look at this guy. It's Ricky. It's Ricky. Let's see how much you think Ricky is. Look at Ricky. Ricky looks pretty awesome. This Ricky doll runs you $159. That's the Timeout arcade attendant Ricky. He's coming soon for $159 for this. Whew. I mean, I don't know what this company's doing. Are they losing their minds? Look at this. Look at this. Wait a minute. That's not enough. I want all of this stuff to make a little dollhouse for these replica arcades. This is the Mega Bundle. Not only do you get Ricky, you get some signs. This runs $319.99. Coming soon. Coming soon. And that is the New Wave Toys news. I don't get that. By the way, my Cubert won't turn on either. So I'm just going to throw that out there too. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it will not turn on. So, Ricky is too rich for my blood. Yeah, I mean, time to play with Barbie and Ken dolls? I think not. Like, I did like when they were doing like the little arcades, the Replicades, even though mine's broken right now. When I went to turn it on, it just will not turn on. And my Cubert, which I loved, is broken. But I still feel like they've kind of lost their way. Not to mention, there's a ton of products which they have not shipped out to people that have already paid for them. So, that's the New Wave Toys section. We're going to move on to someone that's doing a lot better than New Wave Toys. Of course, I'm talking about AtGames. And I love AtGames. AtGames Pinball, Yeah, my Cubert broke down. I was going to show it during the stream. It's the power light comes on, but the screen doesn't turn on. I don't know. I'll have to fool with it. But disappointing. That's why I like my real multicades. Like I've had them for years and they never let me down. My ALU from AtGames, I can play thousands of games on that mug, and it's just been like an old faithful. It just keeps giving and giving. And same thing with my Viper arcade, the multicades. I mean, if you just love to play arcade games, you get a couple good multicades, you can play thousands of games. AtGames for the win. That's right. Actually, AtGames, we're going to talk a lot about AtGames for this stream, and I did make some notes, so I want to stay on track since I'm doing this by myself. We went through the VR. We talked about Ricky. AtGames scores a goal. 8 games dropped this month. It's a massive win for AtGames as far as games. 8 games. I wanted to look back. I had to count them all. And by the way, shout out to RetroTech X. He said there would be a lot of games launched, and he ended up being right. And why are we so shocked? Why are we so shocked? We are so shocked because this was the calendar we were shown. If we look at the calendar, I do not see 8 games. I see 2 games. Future World and Soccer Kings Deluxe. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Okay. So let me go back to my notes. Yep, they scored a goal. 8 games dropped this month. Hooray, AtGames. And these are the games. Tales of Arabian Nights, Lara Croft, Secrets of Croft Manor, Super League Football, The Adventures of Lara Croft. So they have those games, and then they had Magic Pixel had Future World Deluxe, Soccer Kings Deluxe, Battletoads, and Killer Instincts. So that's 4 and 4 games. So each company dropped 4 games. Magic Pixel, Zaccaria dropped 4 games. Zen Studios dropped 4 games. Let me get this off the screen. So then I went back and I looked. Well, what kind of games were these? What did I rate them? What did I think was good and bad? Well, then I went back and I looked. There's more good games than bad by far. I feel like Tales of the Arabian Nights, it's always been one of my favorite pinball machines. So to see it fully realized on the AtGames 4KP, I gave that table a 10. Tomb Raider Pinball, I gave their games, and we're not going to argue about which one is better. Everyone has a different favorite. Some people like the adventures better. Some people like the manor better. You know, it's personal preference, but they're both good. I gave a 9 to one of them and an 8.5 to one. Super League Football was one of my first games. When I played it, I just gave it a perfect score. The reason why is it kind of breaks the mold. It's not your traditional standard pinball game. It's kind of its own unique thing. It's like a game that uses the pinball controls, but it's more based on playing an actual soccer game. And it's kind of like its own thing. I love it. The balls are soccer balls and doesn't even have pinballs in it. They bounce around a lot more like a soccer ball. And then, so I gave it a perfect. It's one of my first perfects. Like, I just loved it. Future World Deluxe, I really thought was extremely strong for a Magic Pixel Zaccaria game. Was super. And then Soccer Kings Deluxe was another great game. I gave that an 8 right out the gate. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Battletoads and Killer Instinct. And why did I give Killer Instinct a 5? I'm getting a lot of heat, but I'm going to defend my position on this show. I'm going to show you exactly why I gave it a 5. Let me check in on the chat. Even Mikey Yoon, who is very critical, is going to give AtGames a point. Thank you, Mikey. Yeah. We got Mikey J Productions here. Good to see you, buddy. RetroTech X, let's see what he liked. Super League Football, Future World Deluxe, Soccer Kings, Battletoads, Killer Instinct, Tomb Raider. Yeah, awesome month. A lot of great games. I think I don't know. I think I might have been generous. You think I was too tough? You know, it's hard to be critical, but I'm going to go over my justifications in a bit. 5 out of 10. That's 5 out of 10. Okay. But we're not going to start with that. We're going to start with the good stuff. Let's start with the good stuff. One thing that happened also was basically right after the last show, they had, so I haven't had a show for 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, this happened. They had problems with the machine where you could not log in and sign in. And that pretty much destroyed the launch of what I consider to be one of the best Magic Pixel Zaccaria games ever made. Future World Deluxe really got a terrible launch because the machine, people couldn't log in. There were all kind of connection problems. And it was very scary for us AtGames fans because our machines were acting weird. You know, some machines got stuck in a loading loop. You know, it was scary. It's like our machines were going haywire. And we just want to play games. We just want to play games. It's right at that Future World when that was supposed to come out. It was at the 12th. So I believe it was like either that, maybe right around that time, they had a problem with their servers. And it was very, very scary because they are so connected to the internet and they're so connected to being live connected. You know, exactly. We're going to get to that, but that's a good thought. It's definitely where I'm going too. It's tough game to rate, but it could have been so much better. So anyway, I'm going to go over the 2 games that released that were We're just going to start with the top of the top. I got a couple 4-minute videos I'm going to play. They're very quick. They're not they're short form. I cut I just got the basic meat of it just to show, not tell, a few of the tables that I love that came out this month. So you can see what they look like in action. And what do these games play like, you know? So I'm going to play these. First one I'm going to do, you scroll up. First one I'm going to do is Tales of the Arabian Nights. This is a great title. This is a Williams title. one of my favorite pinballs of all time. So I knew this one, as long as it was implemented right, did not get S tier, but I did give it a 10. But welcome back to Papa Brad's Gaming, the home for retro gaming, pinball passion, and all things arcade. Today we're diving into another magical addition to the pinball lineup on the AtGames Legends Pinball 4KP, none other than Zen Studios' version of Tales of the Arabian Nights. This classic Williams table has always been a favorite in the pinball community, and it's been a favorite of mine. Now, thanks to Zen Studios and AtGames, we can experience it on the 4KP pinball machine, all in the comfort of our own game room. Huge thank you to AtGames for sending me this table for the purpose of review. Let's start by taking a look at the release notes. Tales of the Arabian Nights has a display resolution of 2240 by 1260. The average flipper latency is 91.83 milliseconds with a 9.84 millisecond standard deviation. Let's take a close-up look at the table. Tales of Arabian Nights. It's the DMD. Look at that genie. Looks incredible. The magic carpet, the lamp, it's all here. I like the way they put the jewels there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at the detail. Zen really captured the spirit of this table. The magic genie, the flying carpet, the spinning lamp. It's all here, and it plays fantastic. Let's talk about gameplay. This table is a blast. With skill shots, chain missions, and fast multi-ball action, Tales of the Arabian Night delivers the perfect blend of challenge and charm that makes pinball so addictive. It's a great table for casual players and pinball veterans alike. The music and sound effects have been faithfully created and enhanced for the digital age. The mystical soundtrack and hilarious callouts add personality to every flipper slap and jackpot that you score. And of course, playing it on the Legends Pinball 4KP is just next level. There's nothing like playing pinball on a virtual pinball cabinet. Tales of the Arabian Nights is a pinball gem, and Zen does it justice in every single way. My final verdict, highly recommended. This is a must play on the AtGames Legends 4KP. This gets a 10 out of 10. If you enjoyed this review, give it a like, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe to Papa Brad's Gaming for more reviews, gameplay, and other things pinball and arcade. Until next time, keep flipping, keep it retro, and as always, stay legit. Let's dive into how to play Tales of the Arabian Nights Pinball by Zen Studios on the AtGames Legends 4K Pinball. This table is all about immersing yourself into the magical world of genies, flying carpets, and enchanted treasures. And boom, there it is, the Tales of the Arabian Nights. Definitely one of my favorite pinball tables. I did not realize that they had taken out the hookah, according to Retrotech X. Yeah, Zen, they do censor certain things, and you know, I don't catch them all, but I did notice that in Pinball FX VR for the poster for Black Rose, they painted pants on her. Like, instead of giving us the back glass picture as the poster, they painted pants on Black Rose. So we don't get a poster of the actual Black Rose that's on the pinball back glass. But, you know, that's just nitpicking. But I do think it's funny that they try to wokeify these games that are classic Williams games. Like, I just wish they'd leave them alone for the most part. But I do agree, Tales of the Arabian Nights is one of the best on the 4KP. Everything about it, I mean, it's just a joy to play. And thank you to Madman Hand. I did watch his gameplay, and I set my new personal best during this past week's Flipper Friends competition. I got to the genie twice. I never even seen the genie, the actual end of the game, and I made 2 loops to the game. So it's great. I think these competitions like Flipper Friends, like the Retro Legends Arcade, playing against other players is going to make you to be a better pinball player for sure. And especially getting to watch great players like Madman Hand, Tomato Grass, Retrotech X, Chilada Love. And I'm going to start streaming some myself too, so people can see Papa Brad is a competent pinball player. As a matter of fact, this past week, I came in the top 10 in Flipper Friends. Yes, I had a good score. Thank you so much. And it was really due to the community and to people that are teaching me how to play some of these games at a much higher level. And we'll talk about that in a bit. But that was Tales of Arabian Nights. We're shifting gears. We're shifting gears. And we're going to look at 4 minutes of Future World Deluxe. And I'm going to tell you why I think this might be one of the best Magic Pixel tables ever made. Let's take a look at it first. Future World Deluxe is finally here. It's hitting the AtGames pinball platform. Let's check it out. Start this review out checking out the preview trailer sent out from AtGames. This is a fantastic game. I'm just going to start off with that. I've already played it a bunch on Steam, and this table is absolute fire. I would say for people that are not fans of the Zaccaria Magic Pixel tables, this would be a good one for them to check out. This is a super fun table. Listen to that music. Future World is $6 for the HD pinball and $8 for the AtGames Legends 4KP pinball.
Amazing shot.
Future World Deluxe is a reimagining of the classic 1978 Future World pinball table, delivering on the thrill of space exploration to a new generation. I'm doing a close-up view of the table so you can see it in all of its glory. It's a beautiful 4K pinball table. Love the graphics. I love the theme. I mean, they just knocked this one out of the park, in my opinion. Blast off on an interstellar adventure across 5 thrilling modes: Solar, Milky Way, Planet, Universe, and Black Hole, each offering a unique cosmic challenge. Face 6 celestial mini-games inspired by the wonders of our solar system, including Mercury, Mars, Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus. With a playfield adorned in themes like Orb, Galaxy, Black Hole, Cosmic Dust, every flip is going to draw you deeper into the mysteries of the universe. As you can see, even when I go close, the rails look fantastic. The colors pop. This is a great, fun, open play field. This is a pinball table that beginners are going to enjoy. And us pinball veterans, we're going to love this as well, because this game has a nice deep rule set to keep us engaged in the gameplay.
Launch sequence initiated. Your journey through the cosmos begins now.
Ball physics are a little bit bouncy, as they are in all Magic Pixel tables, but on this open play field, it works pretty well. This table for me is in the top tier of what Magic Pixel is doing right now in Zaccaria Pinball. Just look at this table play field and tell me that's not gorgeous.
Bonus collected. Feel the energy
And more importantly, this game is just super fun, in my opinion. I just really like it.
Bonus times 2.
This game overall is super strong.
Travel through the galaxy.
I'm giving this game a 9 overall rating based upon the fun factor. What cost it 1 point? It's basically the DMD is not the newer style DMD. And it still has a center post, which I'm not a giant fan of. But as far as Magic Pixel tables go, in my opinion, once again, just my opinion, and I was sent this for review from AtGames, but in my opinion, this is one of the best ones. It's at the very top.
The engine is activated.
Let me talk a little bit about the rules of Future World. And there you go. Disclosing like a champ. Always say that you got it. If they send it to you, let people know. Always disclose. So that was Future World Deluxe. I feel like this is one of the best Magic Pixel tables that they've done. The open play field, it's just super, it's super fun. It's very well done. Retrotech X with a tip, 3 middle spot targets twice to raise the panel, then hit the space targets on the side of the triangle panel. That pops up. Hard to do. Yep. Tomato Grass is on the mission to destroy all center posts. He's the president of the Center Post Hate Club, probably. Although I did find out you can do a special kind of save called a death save if you use the center post. But it's very hard to do. I actually pulled one off the other day, but it's very difficult. Like I can do it 1 out of 100 times, but you know, it maybe if you practiced enough, I think it's easier on PC. But I finally pulled one off. If it's going to go down the drain anyway, you might as well give it that Hail Mary last little nudge up and see if you can get it to bounce onto that center post. The death save, when you do get it, it's so rare that it's kind of just a rarity and an oddity for me, at least. So, I mean, I actually have fun trying it, but if I was playing competitively, I don't think I would do it. But when I'm just playing for fun, I mean, I do like the death save. And that's about the only benefit I would say of having that center post. Because when they put a wider gap, you do have to rely on the ball hitting that post a lot of times. That's just part of the gameplay. It becomes part of the table. So we're starting off with 2 monster, top-of-the-line, amazing pinballs. I would recommend both Future World Deluxe, and I would also recommend Soccer Kings Deluxe. I'd recommend both these tables, and they're both very good tables. It depends on what you like. Yeah, it's illegal in real pinball tournaments. I'm sure it is. So we're going to move on, and we're going to have fun with this next segment. We're finally to it. Whoop whoop! It's soccer time. Let's start off soccer time right with our Retro Babes salute to football. all right. Super League Football versus Soccer Kings Deluxe. I have a poll going right now in Papa Brad's Gaming. Please vote in the poll. Which one of these tables do you like better? We got a $2 super sticker from Steps Gaming. Good to see Steps Gaming here. I think we had one from Rainwater Games as well. Thank you for the super stickers. Let me play a that chick has a bit of attitude about her. Yes. That is a soccer retro babe. They don't even they call it football though. We call it soccer, but they call it football. That's a football retro babe. And let me play a quick super chat video. Let's see. I'll go with this one.
Well, Papa Brad's a game man. He's got passion in his soul. From pinball tables to Atari, he's always in control. He's a master of retro command. The old school style's his thing. With every flick of the joystick, you can hear the twang ting. Stay legit, Papa Brad, keep the high school living. From the classic arcades to the AtGames pinball board. With the Atari 2600, your love for games will never quit. Stay true yourself, Papa Brad, and always stay legit.
All right, Tales of Arabian Nights this morning. I got to the genie twice, but I couldn't beat him, but I got to him. We'll take a look at both these games. First one we're looking at. I've heard that how you play the rest of the field reduces the amount of blockers up there, so you can reduce that number, which of course the less this is Super League targets you have there blocking the goal, the better your chances are of scoring. From Zen Studios, so you can see a little bit of it in action. What does everyone think of this game in the chat? Locked. Dark Death Rider loves the super chats. Make sure you subscribe to Steps Gaming. She has an awesome channel. How are you going to get through that? You're not going to get through those targets. I've got too many blockers. Look at that. I'm on the upper plate. It's like a miracle. That soccer ball's not going to go through all those blockers. It could happen, but probably not very likely. This game is just pure fun. I mean, immediately I fell in love with it. It's just let you stay up here indefinitely, or does it give you a time limit? I don't see me making the ball. It's not really like a traditional pathway to get you in.
Well organized, they'll have to work harder to break it down next time.
I love to hear the narrator, and it narrates while you're playing. The soccer ball's bouncy like you would expect it to be. This is a unique and different game to have on your 4K pinball machine, or just to play on Zen Pinball. And I mean, I love this. I gave this is one of my first perfect scores. I just played it. After playing, I was like, this is darn near the perfect game for $5 to put out something this quality. You know, I love it. I mean, definitely, this is like definition of a must-have and an insta-buy. I'm not even a huge fan of soccer, like Dark Death Rider TV here. I'm not a huge fan of soccer. This is a fantastic game. And I like everything about it. It feels like a little interesting soccer kind of mini game. You notice you have flippers when the ball goes through the out lanes. You have where you can save the ball. There are like rescue flippers there. You get to do a crazy multi-ball during the halftime show. So I'm going to show both tables. This one here is the Super Football League. I'll tell you, it's incredible. The from Zen Studios. For the nudging is very sensitive. It's like it does not take much, but it really does make it feel like a real pinball. It's one of the great things they have with the AtGames 4KP. Built-in accelerometer. You can feel it when you can actually nudge the machine, and it will actually I don't have the release notes on this. I will try to find them. Maybe I could put it in the description. Let's skip ahead a little bit so we can get some excitement.
It is! The referee's given a penalty!
Well, that's a
penalty
fine
kick
save from the goalkeeper to drive the team forward with
That's awesome. So you get to control the goalkeeper when they shoot. Yeah, you control the goalie with the two. It's actually moving the goalie up there with the flippers left and right. We got 3 great soccer games on this platform. You know, I consider World Cup soccer more of a real pinball machine now. There's no way. This is a Williams table. I would highly recommend this game. It's great.
This is a
Fun.
great game. It's just fun.
Definitely a must-buy.
And now we're going to switch to Soccer Kings Deluxe.
Baby. Yeah.
This game has almost like a crazy disco feel to it. Looks like Barbie designed this table with all the purple and pink. Well, this table is incredibly fun. I find it a lot more fun on the 4KP than playing it OTG. This is the Soccer Kings table. The middle flipper is interesting because it's long enough that it can flip the ball when it goes through the loops. So there's a lot of play mechanics that are unique to this table.
I'll tell you what, it's a fun play. It's got a lot of shots. Even if it is all pink and purple, it's not bad. A trick, if you press both flippers, you can skip all this. So when you're playing these Zaccaria tables,
Press both flippers.
You don't want to see those animations, just press both flippers.
Kick out the
and
ball.
it'll
You don't have to
skip all
wait.
the animations. 113 million in the first ball.
113 million, one ball.
Let's play some real football. Do the same thing. I'm gonna get that multiplier all the way up to the top.
Bumper bonus next to 1 million points. Triple bonus. A quick display of finesse. Start mode is lit. The match
Make
is
sure you voted in the poll. No. Close the poll down.
double save. And ball's staying in place.
Very tight on the competition between Soccer Kings Deluxe and Super League Football.
Center post, man. Always stressful. Gotta rely on it sometimes. This is a big gap.
Center post hit.
Love it. Send it.
Send it. And the ball.
Double combo.
That's what I'm talking about. You can see the flipper, it overhangs where it goes through there.
Triple combo.
Pretty cool feature. Oh, man, that's the
Incredible
bonus.
control.
Do it. Send it. There we go.
Bonus times 4.
All right, you get that sucker up to 10. Let's go. Start on mode.
Get that multiplier up to 10. That's my one tip. Always get the multiplier as high as it'll go on these Magic Pixel tables. Get that multiplier. Crank it up to 10 as soon as you can. Here's the results of the poll. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I have videos of these tables if you want to see all about them, how I came up with my ratings and everything. I have full-length videos. We're not going to watch those here. But I wanted to show you both games. We're very lucky to have actually 3 fantastic soccer games. But for this week, we had 2 of them drop right next to each other. And I have to wonder, did Zen do that on purpose? You know, I mean, how many times are they going to drop a soccer to have 2 soccer games drop like almost simultaneously? Days, maybe a day apart or something. It was insane. It's like soccer and more soccer. So hopefully you caught the Retro Legends Babe Tomato Grass. We had some soccer action happening. Here's the results of the poll. Better soccer pinball game. Super League Football, Zen Studios with the win, 61%. Soccer Kings Deluxe, Zaccaria Pinball, Magic Pixel, 38%. So according to the fans of the show or people watching here tonight, looks like congratulations are in order for Super League Football from Zen Studios with 61%. Well done. You know, PG says, I usually like Zen more, but not this time. He must have voted for Soccer Kings Deluxe, which I also feel is one of the best Magic Pixel tables. You know, I'm surprised I like it so much. Ray De La Torre says, no way. Papa Brad, you are wrong. Zen is the king. I do feel like the Zen is a very high standard. We're going to talk about that in a bit, but I do feel like on certain kinds of tables, Zen is untouchable. They have it so down. They just do such a great job. And we're going to talk about it in a minute. So we did the Soccer Time Retro Legends Babe. We did determine that Super League football is more popular than Soccer Kings Deluxe. Oh boy, oh boy. It is that time, boys and girls. Hate to say it. We're going to have to go there. We're going to have to talk about it. And it's going to be tough, but we're going to do it anyway. It's time to talk about the Rare Pinball Pack.
Killer Instinct! Rise to the challenge! Quick kick! A swift blow! Triple combo! Super combo! Hyper combo! Brutal combo! Step into the arena. Only the strongest will survive.
Okay, so that was a look at Killer Instinct. This is, in my opinion, a huge disappointment. I do agree with Ray De La Torre. He's 100% right. World Cup Soccer is a Williams table, so I consider that a real pinball table. So I don't really consider it an equal match, but the other two games are a little closer in matching. But yeah, I do love World Cup Soccer. But we'll start with Killer Instinct, then we'll talk about Battletoads. But Killer Instinct, to me, it's just a massive fail. It doesn't feel like the franchise. This is what we get. Look at this. Look at this. You tell me that image, those are the characters that are fighting each other. Look at what they look like. Does that look like Killer Instinct to you? Okay. I'm excited. Not as excited as I was about the soccer, but I am excited about, we did get finally Killer Instinct and Battletoads. I think Killer Instinct now officially is the lowest rating I've ever given to a AtGames pinball table. I gave it a 5. I gave it a 5 because for me, it feels broken. The animations on these characters are so bad. They feel like mannequins that occasionally move. And it's even worse in the Battletoads table. Let's look at the Battletoads. Does this look like a Battletoad? Look at that. Does that look like the character in the Battletoads? How about this one? Does that look like a Battletoad? I'm just being honest here. Does that look like a Battletoad? Let's look at it in action. Let me pull up my video. I have a video of Battletoads too. Let's take a look at it in action.
Stage 1 complete. Boss Walker. Hit the flashing mad spot target. Turbo tunnel loop. What a rush! Boom shakalaka!
Okay, so there was an example of Battletoads. I know those were quick. So what I did was, let me get these out of the way and let me put up the one. Let's start with what is this? Which one is this? This is Battletoads. This is the one that Tomato Grass likes.
It's like the 3 Battletoads are so unanimated. They would almost have done better just putting some artwork because it doesn't really look 3-dimensional.
Like having them move at all. Like you see the way they just stand there like they're frozen.
It's like you just move, but like there's no animation when they're just standing there.
And about to be flattened.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I wasn't sure if this was even working, but yeah. It's I mean, $11.66 for this.
$11.66.
Just got the multi-ball.
Kickback reward. Play it on me. Mad multiplier times 2. Ball save. Stay off the Battletoad.
I mean, the table itself is fun, but
Ball safe.
You really can't compare this to the Zen, especially something like Tomb Raider, as far as the animation of the characters, the delivery of the theme.
Battletoads rule. Right, millions. Street justice.
The music and shout-outs are pretty good,
Right, millions.
in my opinion so far. Most players are going to be able to play super long games of this, because this is a very, very easy table, which I think is good because we need more tables that are more friendly for beginner players that are not quite so crazy difficult. I can see my grandkids liking this. Even though they might not know who the Battletoads are, I think they just might like the comic theme. The ramp shots and the real open play field make this fun to play. I'm sure the pinball wizards in our community are going to have a field day on this one. I would expect some super long games, because just from this is my first time ever playing the game. This is a game you're gonna be able to play this for a very long time if you're a skilled pinball player. But like I said, this is a much needed category, which is easier games, which are more approachable for beginning players. Once again, the animations are like, it's almost like, it's like when you go and you see like a mime and they're just standing still the whole time, then all of a sudden they move and it's jarring. There needs to be some, just, even if it's very minor, some movement with the characters. The characters are so frozen that they don't seem alive. This character moves a little bit, but I'm not sure if I like that. You know, I think they might have been better just going with some artwork. If they can't make them look more alive, the Battletoads. The table in of itself, it's fun. I mean, I'm not getting a bunch of cheap drains. The bounciness of the ball is not too irritating because of the openness of the plate. Okay, let me check in with the chat. So I believe I gave this one an 8. I mean, it is fun. I think they would have been much further ahead, like not having the animations, just having it have awesome artwork, and maybe going a different route, because the animation is so bad of the Battletoads. But the table itself is fun. I feel like Battletoads, this is a good beginner table for someone that's not a seasoned pinball player. They're going to get a lot of loops. They're going to have a lot of fun. It's a fun table. And that would be Battletoads. This one, let me see if I can skip to where I give it the rating. Probably right in here. Let me see. I believe I gave it an 8. Animation on the main characters.
The fight is not over.
The main characters are
will smash them next time.
not really animated much. They almost look like they're just plastic, and they just don't move. And then when they do move, it's kind of jarring because there's so much non-motion. Hey, welcome to the stream. Shout out to Biggie D, Mikey Yoon, Kev Gret. Welcome. Battletoads 8, yeah. Killer Instinct 5. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at some Killer Instinct action. Let's go about in the middle of this. Now, maybe there's a lot of nuances with this if you play it a lot, but I would say the Battletoads table, I would say Sea of Thieves by far is the star. Battletoads is the second in ranking, and this one would be at the very bottom. The animations are so... Everything looks so non-alive. That's the biggest problem with the art design. Come on, center post is irritating too. I don't really love the center posts in my pinball. I'll accept it, but it's not my favorite. There are some really good pinball players that can make the center post and they can save the ball using it. I've not been able to successfully do it much, if at all ever. But I understand that you can use it to an advantage, but hard to do. Going to the kick button. Yeah, that's what I just said, Biggie. After seeing Laura Croft, it just makes this worse because everything looks so frozen, right?
Lara Croft.
This looks so unanimated. I mean, he just barely moves. These characters supposed to be fighting. They barely move.
Where's the mode? They're not even moving.
This is the weakest of the three. I mean, and
here's the thing too. It's Killer Instinct. I mean, they could have just put video game images. They have a back glass. They have 2 monitors. They have one for a DMD, and they have a full-size monitor. They could have put videos from the Killer Instinct games and really mixed it up and made something incredible. We have an entire screen that, you know, the back glass screen could have been used for like little clips of Killer Instinct, like great clips of the fighters. You know, they didn't think outside of the box. And I think the animations of the characters are god awful. And the 2 characters standing there, Jago, and what's her name? I forgot the other one's name. But I mean, they're just both human too. Like, where's Fulgore? Where's Saberwolf? You know, they're cool characters. They could have done the Glacius, or the one that does the ice, or I know they have one that does fire. I mean, it's just so boring and so uninspiring. Like, this game to me, I mean, I had to give it a 5. And I know a lot of people are like, well, the gameplay, this doesn't play that bad. Once you learn, there is a way you play it. Basically, you nudge pass every time from the left flipper to the right, because almost all the shots are on the right-hand flipper. So once you learn to do the nudge pass, it does make the table a little more fun. You can get combo after combo after combo. I've seen someone pulling that off. But to me, this table, it fails at its main purpose, which was to be a title that is linked to the
facing each other for
Killer Instinct franchise. I'm turning the sound off. I think this is a total miss. I mean, which is a shame because I wanted to love this. I was excited for this, and we waited a long time for this to come out.
Okay.
And
we'll play one more.
It's
ball.
like, I'm not even a massive Killer Instinct fan, but I know enough that, you know, it's not themed to the characters that people that love the franchise play, you know? Where's Fulgore, Cinder, Glacius, Saberwolf? I mean, they got an Orchid, but they put her where you can't even see her. They covered her with text.
No excuse for the DMD animation is terrible. All the content you could pull from Killer Instinct.
This is the best they could come up with.
And swirlies and stuff.
5, baby.
It's just unreal. Especially if you play the newer Zaccaria tables on Steam, and you see something like Magic Castle, and you see what they can do.
Yeah, they're capable of doing some incredible things.
The mark. On the DMD, I'm saying, specifically.
And, like, why not use the back glass, too? Because the back glass is a full-size monitor. I just went to the Southern Fried Gaming Expo, and those Jersey Jack pinballs, they have a monitor about the size of this AtGames monitor. And they just show movie clips on it while you're playing. It's absolutely incredible. They got 2 excellent screens that you on the back glass they could have used with video game. It's a video game. Also, there's no video. This is a video game table. There's no video game at all in this. There's no mini game. Nothing that's a video game.
It's a missed opportunity.
The swirlies on the DMD.
DMD animations.
You gotta be kidding me. Look at that. Pink squares for Killer Instinct.
It's a wasted opportunity.
It's a wasted opportunity. And so I want to go super negative, you know, but I have to give this a 5. I cannot rate it higher. I'm sorry.
I will say at least the Battletoads game is a lot of fun to play. This one's going to rank low for me. It's just not much fun, in my opinion.
It's no fun. On top of that, that's another problem with it.
Yeah, with the extra time, you think this would have been incredible. I mean, in my opinion, they would have been better off going to just like a regular art design.
Traditional art would have been better. Just make a pinball machine that works as a pinball machine. because they're so motionless and so not alive. Animation is so bad. Let's take a look at a good game out of this pack to compare it, okay? Because we have 3 games. There was supposedly an update to. So anyway, then I go on to show Sea of Thieves, which is absolutely fantastic. Hey, Rich Mix is here. Good to see you. Good to see you. I see you on the leaderboards. Yes. You know, and I don't want to sound like there are Magic Pixel tables that I actually love. I love these 2 tables they came out with. I like the Future World Deluxe. I really love the soccer one, which I can't believe I enjoy it as much as I do. But this is not it. Like, these tables for me, it was just it was a long wait for something that was disappointing, you know. And you know, and once again, the animations are terrible. They would have been better off leaving these Battletoad figures off of the playfield and just having some really pretty artwork there. That is not good to look at. I'm sorry. That is not attractive. You know, and then that leaves the mystery of the whole pack. Now, a lot of us got these packs for $25 when they were on sale. And I think for $25, it's not as bad, but $11.66 a table at $35, it's almost like I wish they would just break this pack up, because Sea of Thieves is a great game. I believe I gave it like a 9, but the more I play it, it's one of my favorite tables. It's probably one of the best Magic Pixel Zaccaria tables. But at $35, I mean, in the chat, would you recommend someone buy this for $11.66 per table for Battletoads and Killer Instinct? Is that a good value when we can get Williams tables for $5, like Tales of the Arabian Nights? You know, I think a lot of people put a lot of faith that these were going to be done right. That's why we were waiting for so long. And after finally having them in my hands, I feel like it was a huge miss. You know, it's a huge miss. And, you know, I hate to say it because I wanted it to be good, but just in my opinion, just wasn't well executed. And getting back to the calendar, considering we started with this calendar, I just want to say that we started with this calendar at the beginning of the month. And to AtGames credit, they did release a total of 8 games. So we got a lot of good games. I'm not complaining. But the rare pack, to me, with one of the 3 big games being fantastic, and one I would say is like a B or a C, and one is an F. So I think I can't recommend it. Honestly, I can't recommend it. It's not a good value. The tables are too expensive for the quality. And what do you think in the chat? Do you agree with that? Retrotech says it's a must. It's a must purchase for the HD. Yeah, so for $20, still a little high. I mean, I would say that the Sea of Thieves is the best table, but it's not even close as far as quality. Sea of Thieves is like way up here, and then the rest of them are, you know, they gradually go down to being abysmal. You know, and that's another thing is them developing these Magic Pixel tables for 3 tables. Is that holding back the graphics? Like on the 4K, those graphics were awful for a 4K pinball machine. You know, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. At least the Battletoads table, the only reason that I gave it an 8 at all is because the table was at least fun to play. Yes, it was god-awful ugly. The animations are atrocious, but at least the pinball table is kind of fun to play. So it got the main thing that gave it a better score was the playability was good. But that would be the rare pinball pack. And we're on to our next topic. Finally, through all the AtGames pinball tables, there was 8 of them, so it's a lot to look at. And we're going to do Flipper Friends. We're going to shout out some people in Flipper Friends. We already talked about the AtGames connection issues. You know, hopefully they can keep us connected so that doesn't happen anymore.
It's very frustrating for AtGames pinball fans. Flipper friends, new tables coming this week for 4KP. We got Cue Ball Wizard, Discovery Pinball, Killer Instinct, Lara Croft, Secrets of the Manor. That is a fantastic table. Cue Ball Wizard is a fantastic table. It's fun. And Soccer King. So we got 3 great tables. Discovery, I haven't put a ton of time in. Maybe it will grow on me. Killer Instinct is a very playable table once you learn how that. Basically, you just keep nudging it constantly to the right flipper. So I mean, I'll play it because it's in tournament, but I don't love it. Those were the 4K pinball tables. And the thing that's hard with this is each one of these is a different pack. So there's a $35 pinball pack that I just told you not to get in this Flipper Friends. That's a tough sell for me. Then they've got this HD is better. You got Cue Ball Wizard, Woods Queen Remake, which I love. Rostand Saga, which is pretty fun. And so I would say I might play HD next week and play those tables because I kind of like the table mix better. Cue Ball Wizard is fun. I do like that game, and I mean, I'm not going to say it exactly like that, but that is a lot of tables you have to buy to participate, I mean, that's why the Retro Legends Arcade, we're not going to do 5 pinball tables. That's ridiculous. How are you going to get good at any one table if you're doing 5 of them? I feel like I need to zone in to 1 or 2 tables that I'm really going to concentrate on so my skills actually get better. That being said, there is a great app you can use. This is the app. That's what I showed. This is the app. This is Mike DG's app. You can see it enables you to get real-time tracking of your scores while you're playing too, which is great. If you love playing pinball tournaments, this is one of the great things. It is fun, but it's a high entry point having to buy all 5 of those tables, especially with Killer Instinct being in there. And it's a $35 table pack on the 4KP. And it has 1 great game in it. And then here was this past week. Let me get this banner off real quick. Let's see this banner off. Let's see. This was the top 10. We got Real Creamer, number 1. Skull Joe, number 2. My buddy Chilada Love, number 3. We had Spartacus, number 4. All these people were in Battle of the Streamers. Wizard 626. Dennis, we have 6-string pin, Soggy Bacon, Valley Dern, and I came in 10th. I was in the top 10 this week. So I'm glad to be in the top 10. Check out the Flipper Friends tournaments from AtGames. And let me see. I can pull up the screen too. Let's see. Let me check some other people real quick. I got to share screen, and I got to go to FlipPal right here. Share. Okay. And then go back to StreamYards. I'll make myself tiny. Let me see who else played. Shout out some friends that played this week. I can't read that. I got to go back to this. Sorry. I'm trying to shuffle this around. Okay. Show all. These are my scores in the different tables. I did the best in Future World. I do love that table. One other thing I want to talk about too is that the Tomb Raider Adventures of Lara Croft was in our tournament, and it was in the Flipper Friends. So I ended up playing that a lot on both VR and on AtGames Pinball. I do find that it is a little easier in VR for that table. And I'm not sure why. My gut feeling is that it is that the flipper lag is lower in the Pinball FX VR. But that is a fantastic table. We went up to number 10. Let's see. When we have Pinball Wizard, we have who else is in here? Let's see. Retro Tech X 14. Good job. We usually go back and forth. Some weeks Retro Tech X beats me, and some weeks I beat him. But we kind of go back and forth. We're kind of friendly rivals. We're usually close to each other in score. Dave LB at 20. Got Wyo at 21. I don't like this blue font. I have a hard time reading it. T. McCloskey, number 23. If I miss your name, it's not on purpose. I'm struggling to read this because it's in a light blue. Let's see. Keep scrolling. Pete G, 38. Good to see you, Pete. Once again, if I miss you, it's because I'm struggling to read this. And I guess I don't see Tomato Grass. I'm sure he's in here somewhere. Maybe they took the week off. I'm not sure. But I don't see Tomato Grass or Mad Ben Ham. But they're usually number 1 and 2. So they must have took the week off. That's all I could figure. Chaotic BPR is 32. Oh, there's Tomato Grass. But he mustn't have played because usually if he plays, he's 1 or 2. So that was the Flipper Friends tournament. I just wanted to give a shout out to the people that played this past week. And that is that. Oh, wait a minute. We got a bunch of comments. I'm shuffling. I got a lot of stuff going. Got a lot of windows open here. Let me see. I don't want to miss anyone's comments. I'm trying to shuffle everything. Oh, it's not the remake. I like the remake. It's the regular Woods Queen. Retro Text moved his score up. I do like that real-time tracking. Let's see. Oh, Ray De La Torre's on Ace McMahon 9. What number were you, Ray? I'm sorry. I have a hard time reading it because it's a very light blue, and I'm not sitting right on top of my TV where I can read it well. Yeah, it's a lot with 5 tables. I really prefer, like, for these weekly tournaments, like, I'm going to run it with, my tournaments are going to be 3 tables. Because and they're going to be a mix of stuff that AtGames players like and stuff that VR players like. So everyone has something. Always, you want to have more than one because let's say you hate the table that's that week. You know, I'm trying to give people choices. Yeah, that's fine. But anyway, so that was the Flipper Friends for the week, you know. And I do like the competitions. I do think that brings a lot more people to playing. It's a good thing. It's a positive thing. I do wish that they would limit the tables to not have so many. Not have so many at once. I think the problem is how many they're doing. It's too many at once. Okay. So with that being said, this is the, I did the weekly shout outs. This is the app we use for tracking, live real-time tracking of your tournament scores when you're playing in the Flipper Friends. Great app. There's what you want to type in to get to the app. And it's time to start talking about the Retro Legend arcades. Iron sharpens iron. We got brand new games coming to the arcade. We're going to talk about last week's players. We're going to draw some prizes. Let's get it done. And we are and we are off. Let's go. Okay, what is the purpose of the Retro Legends Arcade? Let's pull up our leaderboards. Bam, there they are, looking beautiful. Let me make myself tiny. Let me get this off the screen. Okay. There are links in the description of this video where you can play any of the games that we play all week long. We compete in different games. We usually compete in 3 different pinball games. And we compete in one arcade and one classic Atari game. And we're going to first, let's look at the new games coming in. New games coming in. We're going to have, for my friends with VR and for AtGames Pinball, we have Theater of Magic. For Pinball FX VR or other platforms, you can play it on PC or on console. They're all going to be playing Safecracker as well. You'll have to play Soccer Kings if you're in Flipper Friends. You might as well double dip and drop a score on the Retro Legends leaderboard, possibly win a prize. Takes just a minute. You just use your phone. You snap a picture of your score, just whatever score you get. It takes just a second. Nothing to it. You can be registered in the Flipper and the Retro Legends arcade tournaments as well. We're playing a classic arcade game. Everyone knows what it is. It's Galaga, one of the all-time greats. We're going to play Frostbite, and I'll do a little spot showing you some Frostbite. It's an Atari 2600 game. It's one of my favorites. I feel like it combines Q*bert and Frogger into one game. Q*bert and Frogger, that's insane. It's so good. I'm going to show some of it, but we'll talk about this week's games first. Nostalgic and new. Let's talk about the new games. We're going to start off by talking about Galaga. And who doesn't love Galaga? It's one of the all-time greats. Let's take a look at what Galaga is. So all week long, we're going to be playing some Galaga. Remember, with these tournaments, you can play on any platform. You want to play on your PlayStation 4, your PlayStation 5. Galaga is everywhere. It's so easy. Click on the link in the description of this video. Does not matter what platform you play it on. Play your best game of Galaga. Take a snapshot, and you're in on the contest for the week. You might win a prize. Galaga, of course, one of the I consider it part of the trinity of classic arcades. It started with Space Invaders, huge, popular, massive hit, 70s. Galaxian, first video game in color. Galaxian. Galaga, the double ship mechanic. Just it's like a progression. Good, better, best. And Galaga is one of the all-time classics. This is a fun game. Come join us, play some Galaga. And I'm not going to talk about Galaga forever because I feel like most people, if you're watching Papa Brad's Gaming, the Retro Legends arcade show, you probably know what Galaga is, okay? Next thing we're going to take a look at is Safecracker Pinball. And man, it's Safecracker. I had no idea about this one. So I had to do some research. Yeah, Rich Mix, he's going to be playing some Galaga. Get ready. Galaga's a blast. And I'm looking forward to it. I know we're going to see some 6 scores in Galaga. It's a fantastic game. I had no idea about the Safecracker. I want to show this video I found. Check this out.
You are now witnessing the premiere of a brand new coin-op product. It comes from the minds that brought you the smash hit, Addams Family. It combines 2 games into one. It rewards skilled players with more than just points. It dispenses tokens. It's made for all locations, bars, arcades, everywhere. It is the answer for today's market. Introducing Safecracker, the token pin. Essentially, Safecracker combines the flipper action of pinball and the strategy of a board game. 2 popular pastimes in one. You begin play on a pinball playfield with familiar elements such as flippers, drop targets, bumpers, and ramps. Once you lock a ball, you'll start a new game, up here, where the object is to get to the center. And if you succeed, you'll win one of these, multi-purpose tokens. Safecracker is a game of skill, yet it's accessible to all types of players. Note its distinctive cabinet. We've managed to pack more earning power into a smaller footprint. You see, Safecracker is time-based. Unlike most pin games, losing a ball doesn't mean you lose your turn as long as you have more time. One way to maintain playing time is with a shot to this spinner.
That sparkle.
These 3 entrances are your link to the bank above. Now, you're so close to the safe, you can almost smell the money inside. Sneak through the halls of this trusted institution, avoiding the guards, dodging dogs, and if you have the right touch, you can break the bank.
Vault penetration is imminent.
Now, keep your eye on the prize, there, ahead of you. Here it comes. A token, one of 10 varieties. They're collectible, tradable, and you can drop them back into the game to access higher levels of play. Think of the token as a trophy of skill. Your players will. Yet Safecracker is fun with or without the token vending option. Now that you've made off with the cash, you're back on the first level, where you can once again case the bank for another hit. Safecracker can go anywhere a pin can go. As a matter of fact, Safecracker is suitable in more locations than any other product we've ever made. It even comes equipped with operator-adjustable software that makes it adaptable to any and all jurisdictions. Our industry thrives on technological advance. As the leader in coin-op, we think it's time for something new. A new vision, a new standard. It's time for Safecracker, the token pin. Only from Bally. Welcome to the age of change.
Well, it's kind of exciting. You know, the bar, the bistro, the arcade, the family fun center, all these locations.
We're not going to watch the rest of that. Apparently there's some confusion with the Galaga. I just play it on whatever the default settings are. So whatever the default settings are, usually you should start with 3 men. That's how my Galaga starts. If there's different shooting speeds, I would imagine faster is more fun. But I don't know. I don't go into the settings and change the games. I just load them up. So, you know, let me read all this. Let's see. Was Fast Shoot a hack on the original ROM? I'm not sure. There's different shooting speeds for Galaga. I thought it was all the same. I would say play it on the default settings. Whatever, like when you load it up, don't go in the settings and give yourself extra lives or different speeds of shooting. I would say just put it on the standard. I always thought it shot kind of fast when I played it, but if there's different speeds, just put it at whatever the default settings are. Don't play with the speed which the ship shoots at. So normal shooting speed, 3 men. I know it does give you extra men at a certain amount of points, but I would leave everything at whatever the default settings are for Galaga. And I don't really know what those are. I'd have to look those up. The Rexer Show is here. He's going to let us know. 3 men, free guy at 20K and every 70K after. Okay. So 3 men, free guy at 20,000 and 70,000, each 70,000. So those will be our settings, and no fast shooting, normal shooting speed. So make sure you have those settings enabled when you play. Those will be our settings for Galaga. And good luck. The slow shooting speed. Okay. So there's all the rules. So 3 men, free men set at 20,000 and every 70,000 at normal shooting speed. Okay. So those are the rules for Galaga. Thank you. I didn't know there was different settings for the shooting of the Galaga. We'll go to the next thing. We just Safecracker is a game that you can play in Pinball FX VR. It's super fun because with the VR, you can see the size of the pinball machine. So one of the cool things with the VR technology is that when you play a wide body pinball, it's wider. When you play the Safecracker, it's smaller, just like if you were playing the real Safecracker machine. You know, once again, these tournaments are for fun. Just leave the settings at the default settings. Don't monkey around with the settings and or anything. Just play it the way it would normally be if it was in the arcade. We're going to go to the next game, which is going to be called Frostbite. This is our Atari 2600 game for the week. On this game, just set it when you turn on the game, the default settings, the first number when you turn it on. That's the game we play. And this is Frostbite. Let's take a look.
I found something, sir. Oh, good grief, man. That's the great Frostbite Bailey. Against all odds, he builds his igloo by leaping treacherous moving ice. What? He faces one fearsome predator after another. What? In a grueling race to keep from freezing.
He didn't make it, did he?
Help me stand him up.
I think he wants a beer, sir.
I think he said bear.
Frostbite for the Atari 2600. Designed by Steve Cartwright for Activision.
Hello gamers, today we're going to check out the great Atari classic, Activision classic, Frostbite. Playing it here on the Legends HDCE arcade machine from AtGames. You can play this any way you want. This is a great Atari game. Start a new game. Press player 1 to start. You're off. Basically, your Frostbite Bailey. What your goal here is to do is to get these blocks and change them blue. See, I'm building an igloo up top there. And when I get enough blocks, it'll make a door. You go through the door, I can complete the level. Don't jump in the water. It'll cost you a life. If the temperature gets to 0, it'll cost you a life. There you go. Level 1. Level 2. Fish are good. You want to get the fish? Those are extra points. They're good for you. Direction if the ice moves. It does cost you 1 brick though. You notice I lose a brick every time I change directions. It helps you and hurts you a little bit. I'll go this way. Where to go? Things have changed now. There's a polar bear. Oh no, you don't. If he gets you, he'll chase you off the screen. That costs you a life. Yeah, stay away from the polar bear. Welcome back to Papa Brad's Gaming. You're home. I got enough. I just need to get to my house. Gotta get around the bear. Yes, woo! You make some more challenging kind of guards up there. You gotta sneak in there. This is a great Activision game. If you haven't played it before, it's a lot of fun. I've been playing this all week. Great retro game. A lot of one of the classics from Atari. If you haven't checked it out, it's fun. Ooh, the clam got me. I just need to get to my house. Let me through. Woo! Got in there. See how far I can get. Oh, I missed. I jumped in the water. But the fish are good. You want to get the fish. Fish are extra points. Gotta jump. And that's a game. And my score is 13,510. Come play Frostbite with us all this week, playing the Retro Legends show. Thanks for watching. Here's some Frostbite and a short I made using the Atari 2600 original hardware. So you jump across, get the fish, those are extra points. And here's some captured gameplay to make sure you understand the concept. We'll start at level 4, that's where the polar bear comes out. It makes your life a lot more challenging. One of the cool things is there is a secret hiding zone you can go in where the polar bear can't get to you. You got to ride the ice floe all the way to the corner of the screen and then jump off as far left as you could possibly go. It's a little hack that's in there that's kind of cool once you know it's there. Sometimes it helps you to get by the polar bear. But you have to be on an ice floe and jump from the very tip of the corner of the screen. See right there? And there's the safety hack, which is really cool once you know you can do it. And you can see that the temperature is decreasing. If it gets to 0, you freeze. If you change the direction of the ice flow, you lose a brick in your igloo. See the igloo, it's nighttime. One of my favorite Atari 2600 games. Just a game I always come back to. It's so fun. Kind of like a combination of Q*bert and Frogger into one game, but a completely original game that's fantastic. And kind of a hidden gem. A lot of people don't know about Frostbite. This is one of the good Atari games that's worth checking out. It's still very fun even today. How far can you get in Frostbite? I'll put up a QR code you can scan. You can enter a score using your phone. Just scan the QR. It'll take you to the Retro Legends arcade leaderboards. You can drop a score in Frostbite. See how you compare to other gamers in the community. I recommend using the phone because you'll have to take a quick snapshot of your score. But it couldn't be easier. I'll put the QR code at the end of this video. Hope to see you on the leaderboards. This has been Papa Brad reminding you to always play your Atari. There you go. There's the Atari game. We're also going to be playing Theater of Magic. And this game is in VR and on the AtGames Legends 4KP. So join us. Drop a score in Theater of Magic. This is one of the great Williams tables. This one is super fun. Everyone's going to enjoy playing this. This is a great game. One of the all-time greats. Come join us. Leaderboards are live now. Links to all these games are in the description of this video. if you watch this video with your phone, you can click on the link and then it'll take you right to the leaderboard to shoot your picture.
Welcome, chosen. You now stand before the very source of power. Behold, the magic.
Shoot for the trunk.
3, 2, 1.
You have the magic.
Okay, so I do have. Oh, wait a minute! I gotta put myself. Okay, there we go. I can put myself back on. We do have. I do have a video of Theater of Magic, but that's just to show you a little bit of the gameplay. Theater of Magic's one of the all-time greats. Play it on AtGames Pinball, on Pinball FX, on Steam, on consoles. Just play the game, shoot a picture of it with your phone, and you can join us on our leaderboards. And the other game we're playing, of course, we're playing the Soccer Kings Deluxe, which we already showed in the show, so just rewind if you haven't seen it. So we're playing Soccer Kings Deluxe also as well for our Zaccaria table. So tons of fun games to play. Come join us. And I'm going to take a look at the leaderboards now. Let's call out some friends that play. Man, it's been 2 weeks, so there's a lot of scores on here. Let me get this out of my queue so it's not using my computer's resources. I got to go over to here. 1 second. There we go. Now I can move this. Okay, so there's the new games. You can see them. Lord Donkey Balls already has scores up. We have Soccer Kings, Theater of Magic, Safecracker, Soccer Kings, Galaga, Frostbite. Those are our new games for this week. Let's see. Let's talk about the games we played. Dark Death Rider, #1, and Spider Fighter. That was our Atari 2600 game. I came in second. Jabba, then T. McCloskey. Had some fierce competition. We were playing the arcade game Mappy. We have Rexer taking the #1 spot. Sacro in #2. Let me close that. Oh, how do I get to this? Let's see. Let me get out of this. Escape. 1 second. What did I just do? I just messed something up. Okay. Sacro #2. Rich Mix #3. I'm in 4th. Good scores, by the way. Look at that. 60,000. I mean, it took me everything I could do to get this 39,000. Dark Rider. We got Kevgret. We got Ichabod Crane. Then we had Junkyard. We had a lot of players. We're going over 2 weeks. Rich Mix took the #1 spot. He did play in VR. Okay, so it was a VR score. We had Sacro, also VR, #2. I was #3 for Junkyard. We had Chilada Love. He's the #1 AtGames 4K player. So 4K player, best player that played in our tournament. #1 score. Congratulations, Chilada Love. You were the #1 player for 4KP. #1 player for VR is Rich Mix. Good job. Still, all these scores are great. I mean, like, people just got better and better during this game, during the competition. You got Kevgret, VR, Lord Donkey Balls, G-Force guy is going to be VR. Wyo played on his AtGames Pinball. Dark Death Rider, Retrotech X, who was here earlier. He was playing on his AtGames Pinball. High scores on tap. AtGames and Ballydurn. Thank you so much for playing. Those were the scores. We had a lot of players playing Junkyard. Future World. Now, this got all messed up because this is right when their system went down. I put this on the leaderboard. So we didn't have that many players, but it is a great game. Give it a shot. Chilada Love with a massive $540 million on AtGames Pinball. These are all going to be AtGames Pinball, I'm sure. I'm in second. Jaba's in third. He's playing, I think, through Steam. So good job. Jaba was probably the first player playing non-AtGames Pinball. Great job, Jaba. Got Ballydurn and T. McCloskey. I'm sure he's AtGames Pinball as well. Then we played Tales of the Arabian Nights because it's 2 weeks. We had Mad Ben Hand taking the #1 spot with an insane $1 billion. Wow. Incredible. Of course, he plays on AtGames. Stop Nudging Me. Also AtGames. Chelada Love. Awesome. These are all going to be AtGames. I didn't realize because it's not on VR yet. Duh. Ballydurn, Papa Brad, Wyo, Dark Death Rider, T. McCloskey, Dave LB, Biggie D. Good job, Biggie D. Thanks for playing. Then we go to games that are on VR and AtGames. Again, Tomb Raider. This is the Secrets, the Lara Croft. We have #1 score, VR. Rich Mix playing VR. We have #2, Sacro, also VR. Stop Nudging Me. The #1 player for AtGames Pinball in our tournament was Sacro. Nope. The #1 player was, who was the first person playing? What did I do? I just messed up. Where am I? I'm on the wrong ones. Stop Nudging Me was the first one. Yeah. Okay, so Stop Nudging Me is the first AtGames Pinball player. We had Ace. Looks like he played on Pinball FX, probably PC. Kevgret VR. I played in VR. Jaba. G4 Sky, Biggie D, Ballydurn. And we had Tomb Raider, The Adventures of Lara Croft. We have Tomato Grass with an amazing score. He played on AtGames Pinball. Took the #1 spot. Not followed slightly behind. A very close competition between Tomato Grass and Mad Ben Hand. Look at that. They both did great games. Rich Mix. It's the winner. First VR player. Sacro. Retrotech X. I don't know. Is that maybe Switch? I don't know. I don't know what platform that is, but he did play. Thank you for playing. Doesn't look like AtGames Pinball. Chelada Love. Ballydurn. There I am. This table's hard. I played all my games though on the AtGames Pinball. I didn't play it in VR. But I did play a couple games. It is easier in VR. Wyo, Mickey Yoon. Good job, Mickey Yoon. Got a score, and he's not feeling well, but he still played. T. McCloskey. And those are all of our scores. I would like to thank everyone that played. Thank you so much for playing in our tournaments. We do this every week. We do it for free, and we do it for fun. These tournaments we do for free and for fun. So come join us. Okay, Retrotech, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do a bunch of things at once. He said he played on the Switch. Thank you so much for playing. Stop Nudging Me. It's my pleasure to host these tournaments. You know what? We all get better, and this is the fun. This reminds me of the golden days of arcades. We're just putting our quarters on the glass. You know, you got to do more that makes you smile. You got to do the things that make you happy. And giving back to the community makes me happy. I'm about to give out a prize to only people that play in the tournament are eligible. So if you want to win a prize on this show, you got to play the games. All you got to do is drop a score. You don't have to be #1. I mean, I'm here doing this for free and for fun. All you have to do is play. Let me pull it up. Okay, 1 second. Got to pull up my wheel of names because we have so many people now. We got to do the wheel of names. You pull it up. Share this tab instead. Okay, let me go back. I got to look back on streamers. I'm trying to do a bunch of windows at once. I probably should have one of those fancy setups with a bunch of monitors. That's what I need. I need one of them fancy setups like these big time streamers have. No, I don't like that. So how about that? Can you still see me? How's that? Can everyone see the wheel? Can you see your name on the wheel? Tell you what, hit that thumbs up button if you can see your name on the wheel. Let me know in the chat. Can you see the wheel? Is the wheel up on the screen? Anybody? Just let me know. Put a yes in the chat. Smash that like button. Thank you. Dark Death Rider TV. Thank you. Because I'm trying to look in 2 spots. I'm actually on the screen with the wheel right now. I'm not looking at my StreamYard screen, so I can't tell if it's on or not. And God, I don't want to be accused of being a cheater. I don't want to get accused of being a cheater when I'm giving away stuff for free. So I want to make sure everyone sees it. Everyone check and make sure your name is on the screen. We had a lot of players. I'm going to shout out all the people that played. If your name is not on the screen before I spin this wheel and we declare a winner, I want to make sure that that everyone's accounted for. If I missed you, I really took my time. I tried to get everyone, but I am human. I do make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm going to read off the people that played. Stop Nudging Me, Nick's Reviews, Sacro, T. McCloskey, Bally Dern, Rich Mix. I am including myself because I want to know how many people played. Obviously, if I win, I just spin again. Papa Brad, Dark Death Rider TV, Mickey Yoon, G-Force Guy, Biggie D, Chilada Love, Tomato Grass, Kev Gret, Jabba, Lord Donkey Balls, The Rexer Show, Ichabod Crane, Mad Ben Hand, Herb Wars, Ace, Retro Tech X, Jeff Rainwater, Wyo, High Scores on Tap, and Dave LB is my list. Okay, I'm going to have to check back in with StreamYards because I don't want anyone to get, if I missed your name, once again, that would totally not be on purpose. Okay? Okay, I'm just checking the chat to make sure that I didn't miss anyone. Good luck, gamers. I'm about to roll the wheel. You'll win a $25 gift of your choice. It could be an AtGames gift certificate. It can be the next great pack of VR pinball games when they come out on the Quest. I'm going to give you what you want. This comes out of my pocket. I'm not gifted any of this. My AtGames gift cards are the same ones you would buy if you pull out your wallet and bought them yourself. So you can buy Zen tables with my gift card I give you. Okay, I'm going to roll. Here comes the wheel. I'm just going to do it. Just did one last check. Good luck, gamers. And here we go. And we're off. And the winner is, all right, Ichabod Crane. Ichabod Crane is the winner. I do believe you played Mappy. So awesome. Congratulations, Ichabod. I will get in touch with you and we're going to get you your prize. Thank you so much for playing. And hold on a second. I got to get back to Steam. Let's see. Close that. Where's the... Did I shut? Okay, sorry. Congratulations, Ichabod. Yeah, just keep playing. And here's the way it works. There's a 1 month cooldown. There's a 1 month cooldown period. So if you win, I'll put your name in my notebook. In 1 month, if you win again, you just get another prize. But everyone, there's a 1 month cooldown. So you can't win like 2 weeks in a row or anything. But there's a 1 month cooldown. That way everyone gets a chance to win something. Yeah, I do have Southern Fried Gaming information. I do have videos I made. That's if you want to check out some Southern Fried Gaming information. That would be on any of my channels. You can check and just watch it. But there's been a lot of great pinball machines there. I could play a little bit of one of those videos if you want to take a look real quick. Let me pull one up. But Southern Fried Gaming Expo is a big arcade and retro gaming event that happens in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's a great event. It's one of the best ones if you live in the southern part of the United States. And I'll just watch some. We'll just put some of this on there. This is Papa Brad with Day 3 coverage of the Southern Fried Gaming Expo. Let's check it out. Flea Market Day. I'm bringing $100 for the swap meet. Cash money. Flea market was really cool. It was individual owners selling their games and their game collections. It's all kind of cool. I want to pause it right here. The funniest thing is, like, when I was doing this, like, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I just do this for fun. And I had a gimbal. I did this whole thing where I was walking around talking. I was talking to the vendors. I was buying stuff. I was haggling. And when I got back to my hotel room to edit everything, I realized I had no sound. So I was walking around like an idiot, talking to myself, doing the whole YouTube thing, and I had nothing. When I got back to I was like, oh, well, I guess it's going to be a voiceover. Things at the flea market. I came out with a big bag full of Atari games,
And that was my haul. Unfortunately, my gimbal decided to have no sound. So I'm going to make this short and we're going to look at some more games. Here's the games that I picked up at the flea market. For some Parker Brothers, you have Popeye, skateboarding, G.I. Joe, and a Star Raiders controller. Which, of course, you got to have the Star Raiders controller to play Star Raiders. I actually had the cartridge.
Yeah, it's sitting on a missile command.
To play it, so now I got the Star Raiders.
Sit down missile command.
Controller.
Look at that. Yeah, I'm an Atari geek. That's why I wanted to have Atari games in my tournaments. It's mainly a guilty pleasure for me. I love playing Atari games.
You better safe than sorry. I did pick up a copy of Star Raiders. The price was right. Some extra copies of Demon Attack, Riddle of the Sphinx, and Atlantis. Those are all iMagic classics that I love for Atari. Always want to have a good working copy of Demon Attack. Demon Attack is probably one of my...
I feel like I made it like a bandit. I got a lot of really good deals. I had $100, and look at the 7800 games. I'm trying to show them on camera here, but let me just show real quick. For $100, look, I got all these. I got F-16. I got. There's only like 60 some. There's not even 60 of these 7800 games, so I'm gonna try to get a complete set of them because I love the 7800. But I got all these games. I mean. And you got to wheel and deal. You got to haggle. You know, you don't pay whatever it's marked on it. You haggle with the people, but just a bunch of them I didn't have. But then these ones, these are some good ones for 7800. Ball Blazer. That was a LucasArts game. And then this one here was a Grail. This one's a Grail. Y'all see that? That's Desert Falcon. That is a sweet game. The good thing about Atari stuff, though, if you're a collector, like the best games in general, like for the 2600, all the best games are really cheap and they're really easy to get because they made a lot of them. So if you collect Atari cartridges, they're dirt cheap. And there was one collector that comes to Southern Fried Gaming every year. He has like thousands of Atari cartridges, and he sells them for like $1 or $2 a piece. And that's usually where I get a lot of my 2600 stuff. So. But the 7800 is harder to collect for, especially with the new consoles that came out, like the 7800 Plus and the 2600 Plus. But I'm enjoying it. I'm going to show all the best pinball machines in a minute. This is kind of a best of, but let's check this out.
Favorite Atari games. Go back, probably in my top 10 for sure. So much to look at, so much to choose from. You know, if you're into retro gaming, this would be a great place to scoop up some deals. These are not stores, these are individual owners. You can wheel and deal and get a lot of games for a good price. Be sure to check out Steel Collectibles. This booth is always blowing up my Atari collection like I was blowing up this Kaboom at the Expo. But they had a ton of great games and they had a lot of gems. I mean, if you're into retro gaming, stop by their booth at the Southern Fried Gaming Expo. They've been for the past 2 years. These are the 7800 games I bought from them. These are tough ones to track down, including Desert Falcon, which is a really great game. Thank you for the great deals. I really appreciate it. Look who I bumped into at the Southern Fried Gaming Expo. Leave in the comments if you know who this YouTuber is. This is absolutely a fantastic event. If you ever get a chance to go to the Southern Fried Gaming Expo,
the pinball,
you'll be glad you did. Just a selection of both the hottest and greatest and newest pinballs, but also just classics in beautiful condition, ready to play. If you love playing pinball and arcade games, this is the destination. This is the event to go to in the South. Look at this Dracula. You cannot love this. It's got the lightning flippers too, like fishtails. It's got the little shorter flippers. So excited to see some of the games that we've loved for years on AtGames, Class of 1812. Getting to play this game was just a joy. You know, having played it on virtual pinball for so long, to actually play the real version, to see that heart beating, you know, it was incredible. And this place is just amazing. So if you're going to go to an event, I would highly recommend Southern Fried Gaming. I mean, you'll just go ape if you come out here. It's absolutely insane.
Look at that big Kong.
I'm going to call this section the best of show.
Best of the best.
You know, one of the best parts is the massive stern display with all the latest and greatest stern pinballs sitting right there for you to try. You know, they try to bring a lot of the different models so you can see what the more deluxe models play like, which is pretty awesome because a lot of times you don't see these out on location.
And everything at the Southern Fried Gaming Expo, every single game is on free play. So you don't need quarters. Everything is just sitting there ready to play. All these amazing games.
A lot of times they'll buy the pro model instead of the premium model.
Oh, I love this one.
But you get to play a lot of great pinball. Game I really enjoyed, because for me, one of the best of show for sure was the Uncanny X-Men. Really enjoy this table. It's really fun. Surprisingly, I like this more than the Kong game. I really thought this game was kind of different and unique. It was just a lot of fun to play. If you haven't checked this game out, definitely throw some quarters in it. It's a great game. You know, support your local free play arcades. You know, when that Sentinel pops up,
2 days or the whole weekend.
This game's just really original. I like the little side playfield area too. I was always worried that the ball would go out really easy with that danger room on the left side, but it's a lot of fun. And then you can rescue the ball a lot of times when it goes in there. And very fun original game. Check out the X-Men.
And there's a Sentinel head that pops up in the middle of the playfield while you're playing it. And there's a hand that grabs the ball.
This is a winner.
You can see the purple right there. That's the Sentinel's head. It pops up out of the playfield. And you have the Sentinel from the X-Men right in the middle of the playfield. He's talking in his robot voice.
Definitely one of my best of show games. Of course, the most popular game was Dune. Lines are pretty long to play it. They only brought one machine. But you got to spend some time with it. Here's a multi-ball going on Dune. Very cool game. It's got the sandworm. It kind of does a kind of dance with the ball. It's pretty amazing. Lines for this, like I said, this was the longest line to wait in to play a pinball game. So I only played this one once. Avatar, another beautiful pinball machine. The Jersey Jacks, as far as the artwork in the screens and the integration, you know, super impressive games. The Avatar game was super impressive. So was the Harry Potter pinball. I love that they use these big screens with all the movie images and the clips and all your information's on there.
Here's what I'm talking about with AtGames. If you look at the way they use the back glass on a Jersey Jack, we have a beautiful back glass monitor on AtGames Pinball. Why don't they use it for anything? Like, look at the movie clips, how good they look coming from the back glass is a screen, just like our pinball machines. Our whole back glass of our AtGames is a screen. This video, imagine if they would have had video clips of the Killer Instinct game while you were playing the pinball. It would have been phenomenal. They're set up to do it.
Pretty awesome design.
That's gorgeous. Look at that pinball. Look at the lighting. Hidden play fields.
Lighting is also really good on the Jersey Jack tables.
Let me get my fat
Harry Potter table did not disappoint. It was really, really good. People are going to really love this table. It's a lot of fun to play. And if you like the Harry Potter movies, man, they have so many movie clips. It's like really well tied to the movie, which I thought was great. And they have a arcade. They have a Wizard and a Collector's Edition. I think this is the Wizard Edition. To get to play the Collector's Edition, I mean, you're just sitting there. You can just play the most expensive one they made in the Harry Potter games. Game that surprised me how much I liked it was Evil Dead. Definitely one of the best of show games. Love the Evil Dead game. This was a lot of fun. And for a spooky game, I mean, they're really moving up. This game is really good.
Yeah, $30.
I love the shotgun. I love the lower play field. Here we're looking at the alien pinball table. I like the theme on this one. Didn't particularly feel like it was a great table though. The mechanic where the alien grabs the ball with its jaw, like out of the movies, that was kind of cool, but you know, this game really didn't impress that much. In my opinion, it was kind of a snooze fest, even though it had a great theme. This was pretty cool. Look at the WWF WrestleFest. They had a TV on top of it. It's kind of cool seeing the actual arcade version of this game, being I just played it because of Basic Fun is coming out with one of these, like a home version.
Yeah,
that was the real arcade
if
you wanted to get a look at it.
That's the real deal.
For me, one of the best things about going to Southern Fried Gaming Expo is getting to relive the golden age of arcade. They have all the great games that you remember: Centipede, Asteroids, Donkey Kong.
Solar
they
Fox.
have a lot of
We
the
need to add
deep
that one to
cuts.
the retro
Check out the Solar Fox.
That one
Last
was
time
fun.
you saw one of those. And that's what makes it so amazing.
You can
It's got a ton of great coins.
You can pay at the door. You can just show up and play. You don't have to prepay for anything or any of that. You can just show up and play. It's cheaper, like if you know you're going to go for the whole weekend, they give you a discount. But they have over 400 pinball and arcade games all set to free play. And let me tell you, they got the primo of the primo, because basically you're playing mostly collectors that bring their private collections for you to play. So plus all the big companies like Jersey Jack and Stern, all the companies had pinball machines there. The only one that was kind of a drag was Dune, because they only brought one machine and everyone wanted to play it. So that was the longest wait. But like, wait until you see the Jersey Jack, the Harry Potters. When you see how many they have.
Not games. Games from the 80s when the arcade
Totally
was in
worth
its
it.
golden age. Here's another modern Stern, John Wick Pinball. And of course, how could we forget Elvira hanging up by Metallica?
Two great pinballs.
Love
Elvira
these
and
Elvira
Metallica,
tables.
side by side.
I believe there are 3 of them. This is the newest and most modern Elvira pinball table.
Look at the Harry Potters. Look at them all.
Shout out to Jersey Jack. They really brought a lot of the Harry Potter pinballs to the Southern Fried Gaming Expo. I think this really made the show special, because if you wanted to play this game, you weren't going to have to wait in a crazy, crazy long line to play it. They had tons of
Look at Voldemort on the side. Look how cool he looks.
these available for everyone to play, all set on free.
Another thing that's cool about the Harry Potter is one side is the Slytherin and the other side is, I forgot, what are the good guys called? The Harry Potter team, but like it's themed with the two sides, right? The two different magical sides, right?
Play. And it's a fun new game. So I think the Harry Potter would pretty much be the superstar of the show. But being able to play these old school classics, look at this Rescue 911. I mean, these games, you know, dare I say it, I love these old pinballs just as much as the new ones. I really enjoy them.
Classics, man.
And they had some killer machines here, both new and old.
I think,
you know, closing thoughts for me, you know, if you love
Wipeout,
arcade games and pinball, this is a 3-day event. It's second to none. Definitely worth checking out. Had so much fun at the Southern Fried Gaming Expo. I look forward to going to it every year.
And Huff and Puffs.
It is the premier event for arcade gaming in the South. This has been Papa Brad. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you like pinball and retro gaming content. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, smash that like and leave a comment. Even if your comment is, Papa Brad, I don't like your fat neck. Leave a comment. I don't care. Just leave a comment, please. And smash that like button.
My video. I appreciate your time. Hope you enjoyed my final thoughts on the Southern Fried Gaming Expo. Hope to see you at the Southern Fried Gaming Expo next year.
Well, anyway, that was some Southern Fried Gaming coverage. I've got like a bunch of videos. I've got a bunch of individual shorts that show you different machines that were there that I thought were really of note. Yeah, just leave a comment. I don't care what you leave. Leave a comment. A lot of people don't comment. They do watch videos, but they don't comment. Even if you just say good video, that still means a lot. And the way the YouTube works is it helps the video to get seen more. So thank you so much. I appreciate everyone that played. Shout out. We got a lot of great pinball coming up. I do believe they have a Wizards Room show on Monday. Be sure to check that out. Be sure to subscribe to all the great people that were in the chat. People like Mad Ben Han, RetroTech X, and the other people that were in the chat. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. That is it. I am done. Enjoyed being here tonight. And I will see you next week on the Retro Legends Arcade. Take care. Peace.
Well, Papa Brad's a game man. He's got passion in his soul. From pinball tables to Atari, he's always in control. He's a master of retro and the old school style's his thing. With every flick of the joystick, you can hear the twang ting. Stay legit, Papa Brad, keep the high school living. From the classic arcades to the AtGames pinball board. With the Atari 2600, your love for games will never quit. Stay true yourself, Papa Brad, and always stay legit. He's a lover of the classics, the sound of pixelated beats. Late nights at the arcade with every game defeat. But he'll keep on pushing till he's reached that final stage. Papa Brad's the gaming legend. His passion never fades. Stay legit, Papa Brad, keep the high school rolling. From the classic arcades to the AtGames pinball board. With the Atari 2600, your love for games will never quit. Stay true yourself, Papa Brad, and always stay legit.